for the 2023-2024 biennial budget. This is our third and final hearing. And with us tonight is Carrie Roller.
Thank you. So yes, the city is required to hold a public hearing prior to the adoption of the biennial budget, as well as propose the tax levy for that coming year. Tonight represents our third public hearing. All of our public hearings have been appropriately noticed and provide the opportunity for stakeholders to provide comments. The proposed 2023-2024 budget, the revenues are $584.5 million. The expenditures are $581.2 million over the biennium citywide budget. The general fund budget is $254.9 million for revenues, $260.4 for expenditures over the biennium. And the proposed property tax levy is almost 25.3, so it's a little bit less than 25.3 million, which equates to about 20% of the general fund budgeted revenues. The levy includes the 1% allowed increase for inflation, as well as some bank capacity of 1.5 million, and the increase is a bit over 7% over prior year. Additional details can be found on our budget at rentonwa.gov/budget. That's it.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, do we have any correspondence?
No correspondence, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, and we have no one signed up. So what's the wish of the council?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President McGurven.
I move we close the public hearing.
Second. Okay, it's been moved by Council President McGurven, second by Councilmember Prince, that the public hearing be closed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. Next up is administrative report.
All right, good evening, everyone. Construction for the trestle bridge replacement at Jean Coulon Memorial Beach Park is scheduled to start October 31st, 2022, and will be completed in March of 2023. Access to the north end of Jean Coulon Memorial Beach Park will be closed due to limited emergency vehicle access during construction. The north restroom and the north pedestrian gate at Mountain View Avenue will be closed. The cul-de-sac at the north parking lot will be closed except for deliveries and emergency access. Pedestrian access and a drop-off area will be open to the Renton Sailing Center. South Valley Police Agency recruiters from the Auburn, Des Moines, Federal Way, Kent, Renton, Tukwila, and Port of Seattle Police Departments are partnering and inviting community members to the Diversity and Law Enforcement Career Workshop on November 5th, 2022, from 8:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This event will be staffed by experts in the law enforcement field who are looking forward to sharing information on the exciting opportunities this career path has to offer you. This free workshop aims to address the existent and perceived barriers of those seeking a career in law enforcement and provide strategies to navigating the hiring process successfully. We are committed to recruiting participants who reflect the diversity of South King County, such as people who identify as Black, Indigenous, people of color, LGBTQIA+, women, bilingual individuals, and those with no prior law enforcement experience. All registrants who complete this workshop will be given a free practice test, a study guide, and a waiver of the test fee for all 7 agencies sponsoring this event. Breakfast and lunch will also be provided. For more details and to register for this opportunity, visit rentonwa.gov/Valley Police Careers. Registration deadline is October 28th. Join public safety personnel from around the region for Battle of the Badges on Friday, December 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Renton Community Center. Agencies will get festive and decorate their vehicle or a 10x10 canopy. Then you get to drive through and vote on the best use of lights, overall design, and holiday spirit. Information about preventative street maintenance, traffic impact projects, road closures, and I-405 work happening this week can be found at rentonwa.gov/traffic. All projects are weather permitting, and unless otherwise noted, streets will always remain open.
All right, thank you. Next up is the audience comments time, and we've got a couple people signed up. So when we call your name, please approach the podium. You'll have 3 minutes. Please state your name, city of address, and what you'd like to discuss. First up is Steve and Laura Randolph.
Hi, my name's Lara Randolph. I'm with Sustainable Renton, and it's nice to see some familiar faces. So just briefly, the city of Renton has been a great friend to Sustainable Renton throughout the years. We started in 2010. We've done a lot of things. One of the things we do is a community garden up in the East Renton Highlands neighborhood. But more recently, one of our larger projects that have sort of taken over our organization is the free grocery store that operates every Monday night at St. Matthew's Lutheran Church. And so we are here to let you know that we are thriving and give you some numbers, and I'll turn it over to my husband.
Thanks, Laura. Hi, I'm Steve Randolph. Thank you very much for allowing us to come in here. As you can see, I'm going to try to zip through this. It's a short one, so don't worry about it. So as you can see, we are doing this drive-through grocery store up at St. Matthew's Church, and it is just like our numbers tonight. We have 130 cars sitting there when I came down here. And that's an additional 35 walk-up families. So the need just continues to show itself for help with food. These are hard times. I'm just going to zip through these. I'm sure you can read them up and see what they're about. We do not. This is a really big statement right here. Is that we waste nothing. We hand out everything that we get, and what we don't give out tonight will go to the camps tomorrow. So everybody in our community with any food that we can get is getting fed, or getting at least food distributed to them. The thing is that, we're up there in the rain right now, and it's been it's amazing to watch these volunteers come up there, week after week, and with their rain gear and be up there and push through this thing. So, really appreciative. These numbers right here, this is the statistics from just this year. Since January of this year, this is the amount of food that we've given out, cars, people. We have 91% of all Renton residents that are coming up here. Part of what we're after here for is to try to find a brick and mortar facility that the city may be able to help us find. We need to get in out of the weather, and if we can do that, we can actually serve more people, because we'd be able to be open multiple nights a week. So we're looking for that. Obviously, we're a complete nonprofit. We have everybody's a volunteer, so any financial support. I know you guys have already done your budget, so we won't make that. Anyway, we have a benefit coming up and to end. Okay. I know it probably went over. Oh, really close. Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate what you're doing for our community. So, all right, next up is Diane Dobson.
Wrote it on paper this time. I'm Diane Dobson. I'm the CEO of the Renton Chamber of Commerce, and I am using my position of privilege and platform to again come to you and draw attention to October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The Renton Chamber of Commerce, in effort to use our resources in this cause, is partnering tomorrow with Marcy Wombolt from Self Defense Discovery in simple techniques in self-defense should a person ever find themselves in a position where the need arises. Ms. Wombolt has worked with the City of Renton in classes offered through the Renton Community Center. She offers training for women, for teens, for parents, for teachers, for business owners, and other special groups. Please note, though, that these classes offered at the Chamber are not just for women, as domestic violence is non-discriminate and knows no boundaries in approach of gender or identity. I want to take a moment to thank Councilmember Kim Convan for participating in these community discussions and for using your platform to increase awareness of the same. Thank you. These classes are free to the community by the Renton Chamber of Commerce. They've been a wonderful spot for discussions that are healthy and healing, and we've been able to make connections, referrals, and warm handoffs for people in our community with real needs. So again, the class tomorrow is Tuesday from 6 to 8:30 at the Renton Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And we don't have anybody that's called in, so we are on to consent agenda. We have 2 items. Are there any that council would like pulled for separate consideration?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President McGurven.
seeing none, I move approval of the consent agenda as published.
Second.
It's been moved by Council President McGurven, second by Councilmember Prince, that the council approve the consent agenda as published. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We're on to unfinished business. Council President McGurven.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Perez.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Van.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Alverson.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Rivera.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
All right, it's up to you, Councilmember O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. The Finance Committee has 6 committee reports this evening.
Yes, the Finance Committee approves the following payments. Accounts payable, total payment of $8,348,895.74 for a number of vouchers, payroll benefit withholding vouchers, and 2 wire transfers. Also for payroll, total payment of $1,733,123.56 for payroll vouchers that includes 628 direct deposits and 9 checks for 9/16 through 9/30. Additionally, Kidder Matthews vouchers totaling in $35,564.72, as well as municipal court vouchers totaling in $10,153.86, signed by the committee chair and its members.
Mr. Mayor,
O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The next one is the Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor to execute a purchase order with Pape Machinery for a multi-use tractor purchase for the airport in the amount of $175,339.22, signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The next one is the Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and the city clerk to execute the Coulon Park Picnic Floats / ADA grant agreement with King County. The Finance Committee further recommends adjusting the budget to reflect $481,050 grant funding for the Coulon North Water Walk improvements project. The total cost of the Coulon Park Picnic Float / ADA portion of the Coulon North Water Walk project scope per the grant agreement is $962,101, of which the city-funded portion is $481,051, using the park bond funds, signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee's committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Perez. The council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Right, the next one is the Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the requested Parks and Recreation rental and application fee waiver of $480 for King County Public Health to hold their public event on October 22nd, 2022, signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The next one is the Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the agreement with Plant and Moran in the amount of $131,000 for the Information Technology Strategic Plan, signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The last one, the Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the lease amendment for LAG 14-6, the lease, expanding the fourth floor leased space at 200 Mill Ave South for the Amazing Grace Lutheran School by 2,024 square feet. Signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move I move the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right, and we do not have any legislation tonight, so we'll move on to new business. Council President McGurven.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a couple meetings to announce. The first is a non-meeting, I should say, that is on Monday, October 31st. We will not be meeting as a council because it is a fifth Monday. However, on Wednesday, November 2nd at 5 p.m., we will be having a meeting with the Renton School District Board here in the Council Conferencing Center. To say at 5 p.m. And then on Monday, November 7th at 5 p.m., we'll have our Committee of the Whole meeting. That will be here in Council Chambers and via video conference. There's two items on the agenda, and that's the WashDOT I-405-167 corridor program update and legislative update. And then after that meeting, we have our regular 7 p.m. council meeting here in Chambers and via video conference. And that is all, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Prince.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Perez.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Van.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Transportation Committee has a meeting on November 7th, 2022 at 4:15 p.m. It's in our council conference room via video conference. We have one issue on the agenda, which is emerging issue in transportation, approved Renton Airport layout plan. And Mr. Mayor, I wanted to take the opportunity to also wish those who are celebrating Diwali a happy Diwali. So thank you.
Hey, thank you. Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I want to announce on Monday, November 7th at 2:30 p.m. the Utilities Committee will be meeting in the council conference room and via video conference. One item on the agenda, 2023 and 2024 utility revenue requirements, capital improvement program, and fees. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Rivera.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Community Services Committee will be meeting Monday, November 7th at 3:15 p.m. to discuss a vacancy in the Equity Commission, Parks and Recreation Bonds Project Progress Update, and Recreation Holiday Events Update. And if I may, I'd also just like to give thanks to Sustainability Renton for their presentation tonight. It really made my night. So thank you so much. I love those numbers. I loved your presentation. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Councilmember O'Halloran.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
All right, I think we ran out of stuff on the page. What's the wish of the council?
Move we adjourn.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We're adjourned.